Yo, yo! What's up, good people? The boys from the Phantom Geek Zone are back again with another dope episode for y'all. As per usual, I'm Izzy.
I'm Riyaal.
And this time around, we're going to be finishing off, not just continuing, but finishing off our DCEU recap series, as this is the last movie in that bunch. And you can see someone has been super excited to get here, you know. It's been a rough ride the last couple of episodes.
The last few have been eating.
The last few movies, rather. Yeah, it's been a rough ride, so I can't say I blame you too much.
It's like
on
eating
that.
rice without salt.
Yeah. Or once like the gravy and meat run out, then it's like, oh, and you're like, you must finish your plate, otherwise you're not going anywhere. So no, we're at the end, the last few grains left, you know, and with that, we're going to be touching on Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom.
Yeah, so Aquaman 2.
Aquaman 2. Yeah, man, Jason Momoa, second solo.
Reprising his role as Aquaman.
King of the Forgotten Forgotten City of Atlantis. Yeah, that's the one. And let's get right to it, man. What did you think of this movie? Keeping in mind how much we enjoyed the first one. I emphasize that for a reason, but yeah, go for it.
For me on this rewatch, not that bad of a movie.
Okay.
We've watched a few and reviewed a few DC movies recently.
Yeah.
Flash being probably the most recent one.
Yes.
And before that, Blue Beetle, and then another.
Then the Shazam 2s, all of those,
So of the recent ones, obviously Flash will be, I would say, a little bit above this one, but this one was really good. It's like, nothing better to do on a Friday night. I'm not going to say I wasted my time watching Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. So that's where I'm at. I wouldn't mind rewatching it, but obviously it's not where DC used to be at the beginning days. So you could see it's a much lighter tone straight off the bat. Like, you know, the visuals. You know, Aquaman's always had beautiful visuals, visually stunning, you know, panoramas and characters and whatnot. You still get that here. It's a little bit lighter in the color tone as well as the dialogue tone at times. But they did actually go places with the dialogue as well. So, I think my mind shifted a little bit towards it being a little bit better than what I initially anticipated.
So you've seen it before?
I did see it before.
And you didn't like it as much at the time?
Yeah, but I think I like it a little bit more now.
Okay.
Yeah. But it might just be recency bias as well.
Got you. Now, for me, it was actually my first time watching it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
when
fresh
it
take.
dropped, it was like, I'll check it. And it was just like, I'll see it just before we do our review. And to my earlier question, you know, when I asked in relation to the first one, it's because like the first one, man, was like just so brilliant, so dope. And I, of course, watched the first one initially dropped 2018, thereabout. And then even, you know, for our review of that, and it still held up. Whereas this one for me, for me it was too big a drop between the two. You know, not even considering the other DCEU movies and so on, but I started to feel like, okay, Aquaman is the guy now, you know. And I also remember, I think generally the reviews I feel like they were mainly favorable, you know, not out the park or anything like that. So I had high expectations coming in, and then I watched it and I'm like, felt like too big a drop. It almost felt like they were holding back for some odd reason, you know. I've got this thing where when a sequel in particular tends to disappoint, the first thing I'm curious about is then who was the team behind it versus the previous one.
I guess also with Aquaman, you also have to look at the situation with Amber Heard and how much that may have affected the movie.
Yeah, I was going to get to that, particularly when we speak with the characters, but we made as well. I think there's also the question of how much did that whole thing affect things. You know, I understand
because she did feature in the movie.
Yeah, but you could tell that probably not as much as they would have wanted initially. You know, so with things like that, it's like okay, does it also lead into like some sort of rewriting and reshoots or just a break in production, like whatever else could interfere with the flow of the movie. But yeah, for me, they went for like a relatively slower pace, which is not inherently bad. And again, might as well get right into the issues, right? It's not inherently bad to have a slower pace. My thing is there's pace and then there's intensity.
Okay.
Yeah, but what you fill the movie with. And the first one, relatively more action driven. I like that, no doubt. There was, of course, the actual emotional drive and motivation as well, right? Lost son of this kingdom, fighting for the throne, multiple things happening at the same time, fish out of water, so to speak, you know? Whereas this one, I feel like they had every ingredient on the plate and perhaps didn't make the best use of it. What you could, and here's the thing, we're now in the post-Infinity War era of comic book movies across the board. Because this one dropped like what, 2021, 2022?
Quite recently, yeah.
Yeah, and Infinity War was like 2018. And not in a sense of trying to copy it or whatever, but every single comic book movie since then was supposed to take note of the fact that, we're now in a stage where the villain can drive the movie.
Yeah.
Look, The Dark Knight did it in 2008, granted, but Batman still got the W, whereas they went all the way with Thanos. And my point is, give the villains more to work with.
Yeah.
You had the perfect opportunity this time around because this guy's dad was killed in the first one. Yeah, he went on a little revenge tour, but now he's got extra muscle, via that black trident that he found. Now let him go destroy, like do the most, and then have Aquaman almost trying to catch up in a sense.
I see what you're saying because they didn't really show him destroying things.
Yeah,
it was just like, he took over the world.
Exactly, they kept telling us about he's turning up the heat. It's now hot, global warming, blah blah blah. I'm like, come on, man, show us the damn thing.
Or when they were saying, the 12 stockpiles and they've all been taken over, but we only know one that
we're hardly seeing any of that. I get
what you're saying.
So I feel like that's one angle that they could have easily just gone with. And even if we stick with our hero, I feel like there was just too many, I don't know, man. They were speaking, of course, but too many emotionally quiet moments, if I can put it that way. When he went and rescued his brother, it was almost too simple and too easy. And there wasn't enough conflict that I saw on that front.
So I think that's what I wanted to chat about as well. They got along too easily.
Yeah.
There was no strife.
Even when showing him and ruling the kingdom, he speaks about the politics, all this stuff is boring, but it's almost like you touch on it and they leave it. And here's a perfect visual metaphor, if you will, of what I'm saying. At the start of the movie, he's got all these guys in there, and just as he's about to go and kick their ass, it cuts for some stupid reason, and then it goes to him talking to his kid, about his adventures and all. And I feel like they did that in different ways throughout the entire movie, where there's an opportunity to go somewhere, and then you just hold back, you chill and you relax. So for me, that basically, drew so much from the movie, and not necessarily in the best of ways. But that being said, from my side, you want to maybe speak on the elements you enjoyed about this more specifically?
The visuals again, They can't go wrong. The color schemes, the blues, the purples.
I was gonna say underwater scenes in particular. I love.
Even just the hair, you always see the hair floating.
I want to say the hair, and then the echo in the voice. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Also the beautiful black against the emerald green for the Lost Kingdom. Very visually stunning. So enjoyed that. I did like it a little bit how they related it to actual real world problems, so climate change. So you'd be like, the normal person, okay, we know what climate change, greenhouse gases are. Okay, that makes sense. So that's what I did like. I did like the chemistry between the two of them. So King Orm and Arthur. So I think the chemistry was there. They didn't, as you're saying, flesh it out. It was
Is this Dolph's character?
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren?
No.
Which king
Ocean
are you
Master.
referring to?
Ocean Master.
His dad or who?
Orm. The brother.
The brother. There we go. Yeah,
he's still a king.
I'm trying to establish which one you're talking to. Okay, cool. Got you. Yeah, Patrick Wilson. Yeah.
So they had a chemistry. Definitely had a chemistry.
Yes, that was great.
And it was really good.
Yeah.
And the funny scenes were really funny. Even though sometimes maybe a little bit forced, but still funny nonetheless.
Yeah.
And also the emotive scenes were definitely there. And I agree with you when they didn't take it there.
Yeah.
Why not them just start scuffling? You expect brothers to scuffle, go fight.
And I mean, we're not talking about one stealing the other's toy or dog. He stole your seat on the throne
and then
your had you locked up. Stole your yo.
They even mentioned it. Stole your girlfriend. Stole your
motivation your on motivation, dog.
Every reason to betray you.
Yeah.
And they almost went there, but
yeah.
And then they saved him in the story, but yeah, I don't know. Like I see where you're coming from. Where it's like there were these points, and then it just didn't. Yeah.
But I will echo your sentiment on the visuals, except for one. It's not even a little thing. It's, easily the biggest thing. But for me, his suit, man, like. Oh, that orange and green one, the colors just look so horrible for me.
I disagree. I like it because it's that retro suit. Like
no. It's like the.
It's like the Green Lantern one.
The shade of there's something about not the colors per se, but it's almost like they were almost too bright, or maybe just tone it down. Type of. Okay. There was something off about the coloring of that particular suit.
It's probably a CGI suit. They should have probably just done a normal.
Tone it down a bit. Yeah. And to my point, if you think of then the other blue suit that he wore, that one looked sick as hell. Like the hue that they use. So it's more of a setting type of thing, basically, that I had an issue with. But I feel like overall, he didn't have it too many times. So I was able to live with it. But that aside, the visuals, without a doubt, absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
And if you also keep in mind how difficult it is to shoot, underwater and make it visually striking and all of that, very few movies that I can recall that actually
did they hit it
a great job.
The first time and the second time.
No. They again, same director, so he had to make sure that the consistency on that front was maintained.
It's the last kick of a dying,
That too, try to go out with a bang, as it were. So the visuals, not just underwater, and it's funny, I feel like I'm forgetting the specific movies now, but I'll see which ones come up as I go along. But I could tell that there were so many homages to other movies.
Yeah.
For instance, when they were in the jungle, that was 1000% Avatar.
Okay,
for me, I was like, I'm seeing Pandora here.
But it's also even, I know Momoa's dialogue, he was like referencing a lot of movies.
They like the pop culture references and all of that. But on the visual level, I was like, damn, I see Pandora, but I could tell that they made it their own. So it wasn't exactly a cut and paste sort of thing. And of course, having everything now be enlarged on that added a different element to that world building. But visually, absolutely, striking and stunning. I'll give him that. Again, it's a shame I'm forgetting other movies, but I picked up at least 2 others. So I was like, oh, this is a homage to that movie. This is a homage to this movie. I also enjoyed the fight scenes that we could have gotten a lot more.
The fight scene at the end.
Yes,
where
that's the one.
And Arthur were going at it, trident fighting.
I was like, finally, you guys actually really, really bringing it. And I would have loved to see that, in a lot of the other fights as well. But it does remain a highlight nonetheless. I also love the stakes that they developed in that last scene, basically there by the Lost Kingdom and all of that. One, of course, is just the fight scene itself. And then there's the element of Manta having taken Aquaman's son. And then the whole thing of how close he got to stabbing him. Because usually it's like, he has him, and then you grab the baby back. And it's a baby.
And that's fair. Like, exactly. Like, it's like you can see, like, it just came out of the womb.
It's a fresh baby, so they'll want to tiptoe and have him rescued as quick as possible to not be overly gruesome or anything. But I was like, he raised that sword and he was just about. I was like, yo.
And they even establish it as that knife comes out. It looks for
he's
blood.
Going to draw some blood. So I love that. And then the other thing I loved was how, and I always say, take it there, man. They took it there as far as actually reviving that old king of the Lost Kingdom, because he did draw Aquaman's blood. It fell on it, and then the guy was started to be resurrected.
But I think I also like the subversion, because I forgot about the trident. So like I thought they'll grab the black trident and kill him immediately. But then he caught it.
He caught it and then got his own, and then used
so
that to
I
destroy.
did like that little subversion there.
In that scene there was quite a bit of tension building that I enjoyed.
And I guess it makes sense. It's the culmination, it's the climax of the movie.
Yes. And that's the thing. Sometimes you are building throughout, or you're building towards something, But the journey aspect of it, certainly, I feel could have been done, much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, any particular thing to say about the actors and the characters this time around?
Look, Jason Momoa, I mean, what can we say? He does his thing.
Coolest mofo in the DCEU.
100%, and good on him. He definitely got a sponsorship from Guinness. Because that shit was everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen a few interviews with him was like Guinness is his favorite drink in the world.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think that was his treat on set.
Okay.
To have a Guinness while
shooting and all. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why you see Guinness everywhere. Like
Sure.
him and his dad just drinking Guinness. So yeah.
Okay.
So I mean he killed it again, did come up the emotive, but I guess for me I didn't like the demeaning nature he was talking to his brother, like little brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt a little, I don't know.
Okay.
Felt a little bit off, but other than that, yeah, he was good. I didn't like how they just killed Willem Dafoe off camera.
I was gonna say, wait, I didn't see that, but if you say off camera, like,
you know what I mean, like because he was so prominent in the.
Did
first
they mention
movie.
that he died?
Yeah, they're like your mentor who died from the what is it? Died from the illness and.
That's a telltale sign that something went wrong.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't negotiate a contract or scheduling conflicts or whatever.
Yeah.
But okay.
So I don't really like that because he's so prominent in the first movie and then
deserve more. Yeah.
They could have maybe shown that how that's taken strain with.
Yes, the impact it had on him. Yes,
Arthur.
good point. Yeah.
But they didn't do that. So I don't know. But other characters, I think, Patrick Wilson?
Yeah.
I think he came full circle here. He definitely had me with that betrayal at the end.
Hey, man. Yeah. When the guy was like, help me! And he's like, and then he pops up from the other side. I was like, yeah.
Got me.
I like that as well. I always say, if I feel uncertain about what's happening or going to happen, you've got me.
Yeah.
If I'm like, he's going to help him, or he's going to betray him, the whole time I was like, ish, I don't know. And the fact that they played it silently was so brilliant,
That's just that look.
Yeah. He's like,
so I think for me that was like,
perfect.
Yeah, so that's the story of this movie. There were moments like that, and then there were moments that.
And again, a lot more of that was going to be, more helpful. But okay,
so
on.
there, let's see, Mom, Nicole
Kidman,
She didn't play too much of a prominent role.
Yeah.
I think no one really played her. It was more like a buddy cop movie this time.
Yes.
It was more the two brothers, and then I guess Manta and Randall Park.
Randall Park, of course. Shout out to. I almost said I forgot he was in this, but I hadn't watched it before. I had no clue he was in this. So
it must have been a nice.
And surprise. The thing is, they did like a narration. Then he appeared. So I was like, I know that voice, and I was like, okay, I see you.
And also just his character, just always like a creep by the door. And then close the door.
That little doctor scientist lackey type dude.
So I liked his character too. Just he's a scientist. He wants a thing, but then the morality starts coming in.
Yep.
Eventually he caves. But other than that, I mean, we didn't see enough of Mira. But obviously that's probably behind the scenes stuff. So yeah.
And also Manta. I again, similar to the homie from the Doctor Strange movie, where it's like, I saw the name, but I'm like, hey, I need to hear this before I even attempt, So he's got quite an interesting sort of name, and I wanted to shout him out because, again, even aside from this, he's on a bit of a rise, in his overall stardom. Yeah, he played Dr. Manhattan in the series Watchmen, and then he's Wonder Man.
Oh, is he Wonder Man?
Yeah, he's Wonder Man. So he's popping up a bit here and there. I did enjoy him in the first movie, and again, even in this,
he shone in this movie.
I enjoyed him as well, despite my early reservations. There's more story based as opposed to him. So definitely looking forward to seeing him, more and more going forward. And back to Randall Park, the doctor he played. I like. He took an interesting story arc because it's like there is that morality question coming in, and then you would think once he got a hold of the Black Trident, he would be possessed and then just be full on. And that scene where he, got into the room with Aquaman and then he's threatening them damn near, and once the door closed, like, oh, thank goodness, like
it fits his character. It's like.
Yeah, it fits the character, and then it also subverts our expectation of how the position of the black trident goes about. But I suppose it's one of those things where it builds on whatever's inside already, you know. So everyone else was seeking revenge, and it was feeding off of that. Whereas for him, he's like, I'm just trying to get out of here, you know, type of thing. So I found that, to be interesting. Patrick Wilson, I do want to shout him out as well. I liked his character, but again, story-wise, the emotional conflict, you know, even if they just left it on that note, physical would have been dope as well, but some sort of conflict would have been nice to see throughout. And back to the visuals, I mean, talk about taking the Steve Rogers and taking it to another level. That skinny body and whatever. Because with Steve Rogers, if you watch it in not even enough time, just take a close enough look, you can tell, okay, CGI and whatnot. But with this guy, I was like, hi man,
But also they gave him a beard, so you can hide behind the beard and the long hair.
Fair enough,
but the
what
eyes,
they did, I was like, I almost believed that, you know, that was really him. And then once I saw the transformation, I was like, oh, wow, you guys, did an amazing job on that one.
Yeah, you could say it was like a movie of two halves, kind of, you know?
Yeah. But again, it's like pick a side and just kind of run with it, basically. But with Patrick Wilson, right? What did you think of the conversation versus the outcome with him and Aquaman? Because Aquaman was speaking almost as though he's ready to give up the throne and surrender it to his brother. But then by the end, he's just ruling as normally. Because he was like, nah, man, I hate this shit. And, you know, I don't want to do it and whatever. I thought he was kind of leaning towards, let's work something out. You rather, you know, step in instead. Since it's not his birthright, but like you were trained for this from the get-go. You love it more. And
I don't know. I kind of like, I don't know. These types of movies, you always know, like, when somebody doesn't want anything. I think I'm gonna watch too many movies where it's like, even though like they want to give it up, they're never gonna give it up. But what kind of maybe like justified Aquaman keeping was that little monologue at the end, where they're like, "I think you died, disappear." But then his monologue was like, "You know, you're actually better than you think you are." So it's kind of like you getting your Aquaman was insecure. And he kind of, I don't know, needed the approval of the previous king, if you will. And then he eventually got that approval, even though it's his little brother, previous king.
Okay.
So that's the way I saw it. So
No, fair enough. And again, I suppose to add then to the motivation of why the story went the way it did. For me, it's then the angle of course, revealing themselves to the world. So it's now like, nah, man, I'm going to rule the way I want to. Because even when discussing it, they were like, you may see that way, but the true king, this and that. So now he's like, actually, if I'm going to remain in the seat, let me just do it my way.
They established him as the true king in the first movie. Like, no one could find...
But also, I think, remember, there's the bloodline versus what the people accept type of thing. So I think, now they were trying to work out the second one, you know. And again, to your point regarding Patrick Wilson now living a free life, so to speak. It's like, he couldn't still be a king without that treaty thing, you know, being resolved.
He's still a criminal.
And there was no ways it was going to be done without an actual war. So I guess, which is why they had him living in the surface world by the end. So I'm like, okay, I can see that. Overall, for you, any other downsides you want to highlight?
Not downsides, just a shout out.
Okay.
Martin Short. I don't know if you picked it up.
The voice.
Kingfish.
Yeah, that was the one. I'm like,
I know that
voice.
one.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. That's a cameo you wouldn't pick up.
Is he that Jabba the Hutt dude, or was he the...
Jabba the Hutt,
okay.
The Kingfish.
Okay, yeah. How familiar are you with Star Wars?
Moderate.
Because as soon as they entered that place, I was like, yes, remember I said I've seen homages to... thank you, that's the other one. As soon as they entered, I was like, that's the cantina scene from Star Wars. So that reminded me of that. And then once I saw him, I was like, that's clearly Jabba the Hutt, you know, so... Yeah, that was one of the other homages. And I was like, no, man, this voice. But also, that's me every time I hear a voice at this stage. Because even with the...
Yeah, you've seen so many...
The lobster dude, I was like, man, this voice. But then I always struggled to...
The thing is, I saw the name, but I don't know where he acts. Like,
no. I didn't even stick around for the credits. But upon hearing, I was like... Because the thing with him, it's not just the voice.
No, it's Amazon. It's in scene.
Touche. What you might call... There's that... pattern with which, or the rhythm with which he speaks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he can never get away from it. So I was like, nah, man, I have a feeling this is Martin Schulz. So okay, nah, shout out to him for
cameo
that.
there.
Yeah. Anything else you wanna shout out?
No shout outs. Downside, I feel like they should have killed the dad.
Or at least someone, like, again, the emotional stakes as far as, a
like
loss of
Mira
life
getting
sort of
burnt half to death was
pretty
there,
sick.
which is cool.
Yes, that was pretty sick.
But yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's funny, I don't know if I'm rubbing off or what, because I'm usually the one who's like, nah, that one should have died or whatever, but just to bring that added depth. And I think, yes, that without a doubt, that could have done it. Or even the mother, because now the thing is, if you're going to have people play a lesser role, just make it official then, So, yeah, I certainly agree that would have taken it up a notch. I'm just trying to do a quick run through my head. I don't think there's anything else I've left off the table. I pretty much, mentioned how I feel. You ready to go to your rating?
Yeah, happy. Yeah.
What you think out of 10?
6.5.
Okay. Funny enough, I mean, we started as though we were on, different ends of the spectrum in the beginning. But as far as the rating, I also felt pretty much I'm on a 6. Yeah, because despite what I said, it's not necessarily a waste of time. It's just, I see, the lost opportunities, if you will, here and there. But despite, all the passion and emotion that came through, I enjoyed it start to finish. It didn't feel like a waste of time. And for me, that's always the biggest thing. Whether or not you like a movie, if it's not a waste of time, I feel like it's almost an automatic 5, basically. Yeah. So, and then you just build on from there. Now, our top 5. This again, the very last, for our DCEU. I think,
it's gonna stay the same.
Definitely not going to change, but just to then cap it off officially, our DCEU top 5, we've got Man of Steel in number 1. We've got Justice League Snyder Cut in number 2. We've got Batman v Superman in number 3. And controversially so, we've got The Flash in number 4. Wonder Woman in number 5. Last chance to, I don't know, try and fight for any movie basically and shuffle and whatnot.
What am I fighting for? I know. I think, like these movies were at the beginning, they've, fought off all the other movies and they've stayed true. So I think this is a fair reflection.
Yeah, for me, the only thing I would do is maybe then it's like the Flash and Wonder Woman kind of sort of on par. But that's nothing major, man. They're basically in 4th and 5th in any case. Otherwise, everything else, I'm pretty happy with it remaining where it is. And then I don't know if you want to cap off the whole DCEU, just get right to it, like how you felt, the journey throughout, and
what could have been. That's all I have. That's what I have to say.
Especially given Snyder's vision. Yeah. Like everything else.
What could have been. And then all I want to see is some people talk about Epstein files, they want to see those files.
You want to see the Snyder files.
I want to see Snyder files.
Release the Snyder files. And I mean, if you think we are not, letting go of the Snyder vision, have you seen Zack Snyder? I mean, even as recent as 3 weeks ago, early 2026.
His Instagram is
he's still posting pictures. Oh, here's Henry Cavill in the original Superman suit. Here's Ben Affleck shot on my 35mm Fujifilm. I'm like, dog. Even as a hardcore Snyder fan, let it go, man. Let it go. I'm a fanboy. That's something different. Him as the actual originator, nah, he has to move on. It's been way too long. Yeah, man.
So that's it, right? What could have been. And we're not going to ever know. I doubt it.
Of course.
It's quite sad, but
It is what it is. The what ifs I will forever carry with me until the end of time. And we're talking about Ben Affleck's Batman movie, written, directed and starring Ben Affleck. And I mean, if we've seen The Town and we've seen Argo, you know what Ben Affleck is capable of in all those 3 seats. There's of course the whole
Jared Leto's Joker actually getting time to shine.
For me, it would have been interesting to see where they would have taken it, but his initial offering, I was okay with. The other thing I was more interested in is that whole nightmare, whatnot. Superman going dark and Darkseid taking over.
Darkseid, you're right. Darkseid, not Apocalypse.
Because the thing with that, everything else, look, we lost, Ben Affleck's Batman, but there is going to be a Batman going forward. The problem with losing out on Dark Superman, it's unlikely to ever happen. So that's what, adds the insult to injury on my part. But
and what we could have seen, like Green Lanterns were teased.
Yes, we saw that in that when Dark Knight first came to Earth, and when they wanted to grab the mother boxes and whatnot. Yeah, all those people, like his version of those heroes.
And Deathstroke, I guess.
Yeah, we got a teaser of Deathstroke. You know, shout out Manganello.
Yeah, Joe
Manganello. Yeah. And then of course we then got the proper bold Lex Luthor on his full villainy. Eisenberg, yeah, because we enjoyed him, his initial offering, but as far as where he was going to go, it was clearly along the path of classic Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And then seeing what Zack Snyder's twist on that was going to be, I was looking forward to. So definitely Zack Snyder's vision is what we just wanted to see come to life. Everyone else, look, some of them gave us some, interesting casting and all of that, but I think by their second movie, we felt like, maybe just don't have it anymore. So, shout out DCEU, for better or for worse. He did give us, some fun moments here and there. And, RIP. So, basically going forward, it's going to be, a race to, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then, Doomsday, of course, Avengers.
Towards the end of the year.
There's going to be, quite a bit of Marvel reviews coming your way, but we'll sprinkle in some DC here and there, not to worry. Just stay tuned and you'll see what's coming, man. And as far as exactly what that is, catch us at the next episode of PGZ.
Yeah.
Peace.